What's up, guys? Shay Stevens here, PDGA number 77522, and today we're playing 9 holes with the Axiom Tempo versus the MVP Watt. Let's get to it. Before we get to the video, please click that like button if you're enjoying the content. If you find yourself coming back often, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell. It really helps me out, and I try to post videos at least once a week. As always, thank you all for the support. Hey everyone, before we get to the video, at the end of my round at Fort Washington State Park video, I announced this giveaway opportunity for this Madison Walker Tour Series Rhythm. All you had to do was tell me in the comments which holes did I birdie during the round. I got holes 1, 6, and 10. There were 10 people who got it right, so I have your names here on the Wheel of Names. Let's give it a spin and see who's winning the rhythm. The winner is Rob Michelle Sheely. 7069, congratulations. All I need from you is a screenshot of you being logged into your YouTube account, preferably on my channel, showing that you are subscribed. Where I have my stuff down here, you'll have the description button highlighted, and you will send that screenshot either to one of my players' pages, which I have right here in my description, or you can email it to me directly at shaystevens77522@gmail.com. And once I verify that you are you, I'll get your information and I'll be sending you this disc. So congratulations on winning. Thanks to everyone who participated. I know these Tour Series rhythms are really hard to come by. Little Birdie said MVP is working to crank out another one of them, so hold tight, guys. There should be some more coming. It's a really cool stamp, and everyone loves Madison, so we want to support her. So be on the lookout. Now, back to the main video. And congratulations again to the winner. Now, how this round came about is pretty simple. Just my review video, unfortunately, the sky was still smoky from the Canadian wildfires, and there's also a nice little tailwind, so it wasn't really the best conditions to show off these discs. And it just so happened I had them with me on a Sunday where I played my league round at Fulmore, and I was showing them off to everybody. And I thought, heck, I have my camera in the car too. Why don't I play a little, one disc round with these guys and give you guys a look at the disc on the course so you can see how it flies, under real conditions. So without further ado, let's get to the round. All right, everyone, time for a little Watt versus Tempo action. Here at Fulmore Heights, I'm going to do a little 9-hole loop starting here on hole 3. Downhill, was it 180 or something? 166 feet, I think. Should be just a simple forehand with the tempo. Ooh, the glide. Definitely doesn't dump as much as an entropy would. And we got the Watt. Given how neutral this thing is, I think I just get a little turnover on it. Yeah, go into the basket. Right into the basket. And the Watt's tapping. On to hole 4. Alright guys, hole 4, I typically throw a backhand hyzer flip, but I always feel like the forehand is the better play. I've just been trying to find a good disc to throw. I think the tempo might be it, so let's give it a shot. I'm out of it. Alright, got over on a little bit, but it's a long look. Next up, we got the Watt, which I'm pretty much just going to throw straight at it. Ooh, get up. Babied it. Long look for 2 with the Watt. Woohoo! Love it. Just inside the circle, uphill, bit of a ceiling. And to zip this tempo in there. Oh, a little tickle.
All right, we're on to hole 5. Run away from me. Watt jumps out to a 1-stroke lead, but that can go away really easy. This is definitely a 4-hand hole. I know a lot of people throw backhand turnovers, but you just crash into that lettuce and hope to get through. We'll see if I can make that happen with the Watt. I'm going to try and get a little bit higher, kind of float into it. That should actually be decent. I went over all top, so it should be a long look coming back, but open. Next up, tempo. You give this a nice smooth hit, put it up high, and let it crash. Inside. Inside, but I think we got lucky. All right, first up, Watt is out with a bit of a tricky putt. Alrighty. Tempo just got to the backside, but still a little obstructed. All knotted up. Hole 6, or sorry, this is now like 15. I think it's a perfect tempo hole. Just put it out to the right, let it work towards the basket. Yep, come on. A little on the short side, but not bad. Now the Watt just throws straight at it, honestly. No one's gonna knock it, but it should go. Alrighty. And decent flights, tailwind just knocked me down a little early, I think. Yep. Alrighty. Can the Watt answer? A little bit of an obstructed putt. Oh, a little too much hyzer. All right, hole 16, hopefully ace run time. Tempo's got the box, just need to hang this one a little out to the right, let it hook into the basket. I like it. Parked. And next up, Watt. Pretty much straight at it. I do have to play a little bit of hyzer to get around this one tree. Go. Ooh. Ah, shorted it just a bit. All right, time to clean these two up. I'd like to forehand the tempo. I just don't think it's enough disc. Most people really like forehand like middies and fairways at this one. I don't think the tempo's got enough in it. So I'm gonna hit on a really cool anhyzer, hopefully get a nice long pan to the basket. Push. Oop. Caught the backside of that tree. A little bit of a look. Watt should just be a subtle turnover, just long pan to the right. Keep going. All right. High side of the hill, we'll see what I got. Up first with the tempo, pretty clean look. Just gotta get it up. Yep. Good too. Ooh. This is shot. All right, hole 18, tempo still has honors. I usually forehand something overstable, either entropy or a pyro at this, so tempo should kind of fit in that ballpark. So let's give this a good forehand on a lot of angle. Hopefully pan over to the basket. Nip that tree, but I should be pin high. All right. Next up is the Watt. Definitely gonna be a turnover, and I have hit this basket with a turnover before. Let's see. I didn't get it to stick though, but let's see if I can do it this time. Do I like it? All right. Next, there's a little bit of headwind out here. I wasn't feeling it from the tee. Definitely stalled me up a little bit more than I would have liked. Still a look. Ooh, left side. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Alright, guys. So the Watt's the victim of my bad putting. Unfortunately, I just yipped that one. Didn't put all the proper pop into it. So it's got a 2-stroke lead to the tempo. Hole 1 here. I'm just gonna throw this thing nice, flat, down the middle. It should hook to the basket. Alright, they waved me on, but now they're not looking at me, so I'm a little worried. Alright, should be cool now. I yanked that one. Good skip. Should be a long look up the hill. Alright. Now the Watt's gonna be tricky because there is a headwind and I need to get it going left, so I'm gonna hit this with a good amount of hyzer, but I need to challenge the ceiling. And I flipped it dead straight. That'll be a long look. All right, time for a step putt with the Watt. I like how glidey it is though, so I should be able to air this there at least. I just gotta get it on the right line. Nosed it, nose down. And now tempo. Hole 2, last hole, 213. Honestly, I throw a backhand envy at this, just a little bit of a turnover, flexing the basket, but I've been going super long. So I'm worried about this going even longer. So I have a 3-stroke lead with the tempo, because this score is like super important. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna go with a forehand actually. So I'm gonna try and go kind of forehand at the basket, turn it maybe around that gray tree there and hook back into the basket hopefully. Come out of it. Ah, didn't quite come out of it. Still a good flight. Now the Watt. The Watt is totally going to be just point and shoot right at the basket, hopefully. Oh, I love it. Hyzer! I think I just hit the pole. All right, tricky downhill shot with the tempo. I'd like to throw forehand, but there's a little too much cabbage, so I'm going to throw a hyzer out to the right, nose up, stall it, maybe drop it in.
Let's go, Shay!
There she looks.
Oh, that was close. Nice try.
They're so supportive here at Fillmore Heights. All right, that'll wrap up this little tempo versus watt round here at Fulmar Heights. Back to Shay.
And that'll wrap up this little tempo versus watt round. Had a lot of fun, and honestly, after this round, guys, the tempo has graduated to the main bag. I fell in love with it during these 9 holes. Just the reliability of it. It's the NVOS. You know, I can just hit it nice and flat and know it's going to fade. I love the Anheuser's I can pull off with it. Get that nice pan to the right. And also, the shot that sold me, honestly, was that very last tee shot. That forehand. Just, my envies are a little bit touchy. I can, if I really try to hit them hard, I can flip them and, you know, turn them into cut rollers. And I missed my line by just a little bit with that forehand on the last hole, but the amount of power and the distance it was going to give me, along with the shot shape, were awesome. You know, I really would have to like crank on an entropy to get that kind of flight out of it, but the tempo has that glide, has that forward push, that little extra speed too, and I just, you know, that was like a wow moment for me when I threw that. And you'll see in a later video, I play a very wooded technical course that requires me to throw a flex forehand, and I just step up and I thread this crazy gap with the tempo, no problem, all the confidence in the world. Just having that confidence and having that shot in my arsenal is invaluable. As for the watt, still in my practice bag. Don't know if it's going to make the main bag, though. My problem with it is honestly mental. I'm just used to discs finishing. It's very rare for me to play a hole that is dead straight and the basket just sitting right there. It's usually off to the right or left, needs some kind of fade. And I just have, you know, my hyzer flip game with my beat up Electron Envy is that good. And then I have my anode, which gives me a little bit of finish. I have my Envy gives me a little more finish than that. So I feel like I already have the shot in my bag and I'm confident in executing it. So by bringing the watt in and knocking one of those discs out, I feel like actually I lose, I lose shot shaping. But I'm still working with it. It's a good point and shoot disc. So again, it might be relegated to just up shots, but we'll see. But yeah, I've been throwing it a lot in place of anode shots, and just mentally I'm like, okay, throw it out, 10 feet to the right of the basket. And of course I go in that line 10 feet to the right of the basket, and it never fades at the basket. So again, it's more getting to know the disc and the shot and its shapes it offers, and then I got to figure out, do I really need that shape in my arsenal or not? So jury's still out on the watt, but still a really fun disc. I believe I'll have this video out before the official drop, which I believe is June 28th. So be sure to hit up your retailers to get these discs. Or I'm sorry, you can get the watt from your retailers. Tempo, you got to play your circuit challenges. So be sure to check out the circuit challenge page on MVP. Find one near you, and if there isn't one near you, run one. It is very simple. I promise you can do it. If you want to get your hands on the tempo, it's the best way to do it. But yeah, if you want to get the watt, hit up your local retailers on June 28th. And again, if you are shopping at foundationdisc.com, if you want, use my affiliate link that supports me directly, and I really appreciate that support. Also, one final plug for me. We are in the middle of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you to everybody for getting me to this milestone. I gave away a really nice package. So be sure to check that out. I'll have it linked up here. Get into the running for that giveaway. And if you get lucky, you should be pretty happy with the results. So again, guys, just thank you for all the support. If you have any questions for me, reach out. I'll do my best to answer them. Take care. Thank you to my sponsors. For all your disc golf needs, check out Phoenix Discs and Foundation Disc Golf.